voices in your head. With every twist and every turn, pulling every single thread. I may have 1,000 names, but in the end they're all the same. I play whatever role you need to guide your way. Welcome to the Matrix, where I am your god. It may be a simulation, but I ain't no fraud. I play your friend and your foe, design your joy and your woe. And if the red dress caught your eye, I'm doing something right. Welcome to my world. Let's see who comes out to play tonight.
Welcome back, everyone, to Wyrdgard! It's finally happening! It's only been about 1 billion years. We are for the win, not to be confused with a newly opened restaurant in Los Angeles, but from now on, hopefully, a weekly Wednesday D&D actual play. It's been some time since we've all been together, since we've jumped into the characters of this campaign. But here we are, baby. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nick. Last week I was so sick. My God, I couldn't believe how sick I was. But I'm like pretty much better now. I'm at like 90%. I'm still spewing snot out of me all the time. And I might be coughing a little bit throughout the playing, but just I'll try to mute myself if I feel that coming on. Anyway, enough about my fluids and mucuses. Let's talk about our players. Players, who are you? Tell us your names. Let's start with Ruby.
All right. Hi, I'm Ruby. I play Nosh. I'm a Mossy chef. I'm a fox. And I'm glad to be back. And I'm really tired, but I'm really happy to be here.
Thanks, Ruby. We're happy to have you. Wouldn't be the same without Nosh. Next up, we have Matilda.
Oh boy. Hello everybody, I'm Matilda and I play Catriona. She is an Effigian warden who has got some work to do, apparently. Still very happy to be here.
Some work indeed. We'll get into that stream. We're going to give you a nice juicy recap. Next up, we have Snash.
Hey guys, I play Harlow, post-dead girl, I guess. Yeah. I'm the cleric.
Post-dead girl.
Post-dead girl.
Love it. And finally, we have Scott.
Hi, I'm Scott. I play Quinn, an illusionist, wizard, Teorin tree little guy. And Nick, on a good day, I'm not at 90%, so you're doing pretty well.
Hey. All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much. So the last time we played together online, the group had just wrapped things up, or nearly wrapped things up in Midhaven, having agreed what to do with the leadership of the village, and felt like you were ready to part ways. Then we met up for a weekend at an undisclosed location and played like 17 hours worth of content, and so it's going to be my job now to recap what you missed during those hours. There was a lot of things that happened, so I'll try to be brief but thorough at the same time. If I forget anything and y'all want to jump in at any point, please do. So, as you were just preparing to leave Midhaven, you decided, hey, you're all going east, Stonebridge, Starfall, somewhere. You might as well join up. And on the way, you agreed to accompany Jubilee in her cart heading east because she needed some protection, and y'all figured, you know what, it's money. You got a little bit of coin out of the process. Along the way, you had a variety of encounters. The first was something pleasant and magical. You just off the beaten path, you encountered ephemeral servine creatures that transported you into a strange kaleidoscopic world, even briefly, but left you momentarily with this blessing. Those majestic creatures, of course, were Quegs. Later that evening, you camped out just off the roads. Yours was one of two fires visible. Eventually, that other fire went out, and you were besieged by a group of veteran bandits who you quickly defeated and discovered that they had in their possession a little fellow by the name of Hegnod, who Ruby created during our world building sessions, and he proved to be quite the annoying little man. And the bandits said that they had a bounty for him from someone in Fog Harbor. But you could take him and do whatever you wanted with him, and you agreed that you would do that after you had killed most of them and tied up the others. While you were keeping watch that night, Quinn was chatting with Hegnod, only to see him, despite being tied up, have something that apparently happens to him relatively frequently, and he just phased out of existence, or at least out of your company. The next day, the party continued along their way and found themselves stuck in a time loop where there were mechanical frogs exploding, or the fear of exploding, but never actually did. A hollowed out stump that said, "Don't touch my shit." You touched their shit. Some musical pillars, and ultimately a little ooky spooky guy, some wizard or sorcerer stuck in time, just a bag of bones that you ultimately laid to rest. You got a cool book of chronology magic, a tasty little soul that's has been nicknamed Papa Roach, as it is a last resort for Harlow. It's been some time since. Whoa, my goodness. And was there anything else you got from him? Maybe I don't remember.
His soul.
His soul. Little Papa Roach. And after fixing this, setting out back on the trail, you got a broken axle, and the only place that you could find to repair it was a little village on a still ponds populated with frog namasi, bullfrogs, and they all seemed like a bit off. The blacksmith had an enormous right arm and was just roided out and absolutely insanely aggressive. Others were, no one could seem to remember all of the children that were missing from their lives, but everybody was geeked to go line up outside the benefactors each night, and y'all fought for as long as possible not to go to the benefactor. You met an old hard of hearing raccoon namasi named Bug, who said that he'd been there for about a week when all this shit had been going on, and ultimately you went into the hut, or into the little place of the benefactor, got a little bit taunted, but found your way into the lair of an anise hag, and were attacked by your mama, as well as a collection of boneless, these just sacks of skin and meat that's nearly suffocated Nosh. And ultimately you were successful, but not before Catriona being downed by this hag in an act of desperation. She had already failed 2 death saves as she was attacked while down. The hag gave you the choice that she would spare Catriona if you would let her go and take a piece of her with you. Ultimately, the 3 of you agreed, and you made your way back to the village, where you tried to console the frogs whose memories were returned to them, and that is where you parted ways with Jubilee, who decided to stay on and help Bug in all of this. After you set out on your own, you continued closer towards Stonebridge, which would be the next large settlements way station here before getting to cities further east. You encountered a herd of gonzels, large capybara-like creatures with the faces of flat-nosed men that shouted their names Pokemon style. You escaped to a nearby wood where you climbed up some trees. Quinn got a little frisky. I just made that up because he's a tree. And ultimately, you followed a set of half-eroded cart tracks into the woods, where you found a cart that had been the site of a fight. Two of the three Ephegians that Catriona was tasked with locating were found dead, as well as two individuals in black and white robes with like a perfect black and white split down the middle. You continued following, looking for the third missing Ephegian, and were led to a set of ruins that were the lair of a thorn phoenix. You fought for a little while, ignored the chest up at the top of the ruins that had some little tasty inside, but escaped into the Aetherdeep in a concealed opening. And in your search, ultimately, you stumbled upon a space in the Aetherdeep where the ether seemingly did not exist or function, and it was in this space that you found Catriona's former mentor, Lieutenant Ewing, as well as Quinn's former mentor, Fenralathim, who he hadn't heard from in some time, and both of them were just desiccated, like all of the life and magic sucked out of them, left as these charcoalized versions of themselves. And as you got close to investigate and cast some magic in their space, a creature, or force rather, of just pure void of nothing appeared and bedeviled you. It didn't directly attack you, but was draining Catriona and Nosh's life force. And in a very close call again with death, Catriona persisted and did not die. Having finished this encounter, the ether returned into this chamber, and you all decided to rest. But not before Quinn, investigating the room, found a magical scrying device or marking on the wall, and upon discovering it, eyes bearing you intuited to be the eyes of the Starfall Conservative fill the chamber, blinking at the lot of you before disappearing. And as you rested, figuring out what your next steps were, Nosh was awakened to the sounds of someone tapping on the blockade that you had placed on the other side, and peeking through the rubble was none other than Hagnod, saying, "So guys, what did I miss?"
Bravo. And
A lot of information to cover there.
recapping an entire
how
weekend.
long-
Awesome.
That was great.
So, Nosh, here you are with Hagnod. I believe you called out to the others to let them know of your guest. You are all still in this chamber in the Aetherdeep. What are y'all doing?
Where are we, by the way, in the full rest period?
So you would have been about like 3/4 of the way through here. So if you had started resting, you'd be rested up by now.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to run over and greet Egnod.
Oh god.
Quinn, my buddy, how's it going?
Hey, what happened to you the last time we saw you? You just disappeared.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I don't really know what's going on. I think I'm cursed.
It's kind of a cool trick. Can you do it again?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen whether I want to or not. But, for the meantime, I might as well just kick it with you guys.
All right.
Everybody roll a perception check here. Or, just perception.
Yeah.
All right. Nosh, maybe you're just not happy to see him and looking anywhere else, but the others, you would see that Hagnog is dragging behind him in one arm a like long warhammer, and in the other he has it like resting at his belt is a like a prominent looking sword, both of which he did not have the last time you saw him.
That's kind of a cool hammer.
Oh
How
yeah,
did
you like this? I found it when I was coming down here to rescue you guys.
Remind me how, because Hegnod is a small person.
Yeah, he's like 3 feet tall.
This is just like the size
Maximum.
of him that he's carrying around.
It's
like,
longer than he is by a bit. Yeah. He says, but it's the weirdest thing. It's like super light, and he just starts twirling it around his head like it's nothing.
Oh wow, that's great.
That's kind of surprising, actually.
Roll a history check here, Catriona.
Oh, that's
Oh
gonna
my
be
god, is it
very
their
risky.
items? Or mentors?
I don't know shit,
Correct.
Can I guide
Catriona.
her?
but it's a very nice hammer that I am intrigued by.
It looks good.
You guys got some rocks I can smash or what? This reminds me of this one time that I was in a fight with like a living boulder, and I know that you're thinking, hey, you're basically a living boulder yourself. But no, this thing was like the size of a mountain. And anyways, all I did was tickle it a little bit, and it gave up all of its secrets. Because mountains have a lot of them.
There.
Yeah, just had a little tickle.
Is that Cat? Is that what you guys do to mountains? Is you just tickle them? And
No!
Well, only if
Yeah.
if you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's pretty dangerous.
I mean, you're good at, tickling your way out of trouble. I don't suppose you really need these. And I point at the weapons.
Well, but I mean, I found them, so I think it's like finders keepers, you know.
wow.
Can I try it?
I mean, you probably can't lift it, because I'm pretty strong. But that's all right. You could try.
No, I'm gonna pick up the hammer.
And it is, even though you are in the Aetherdeep and everything is, lightened by the weightlessness of this space, it feels exceptionally so.
Oh no, that's pretty cool. And I'll sort of heft it versus my great club and sort of start inspecting the weapon.
It feels lighter than your great club.
Can I does it just look like a normal?
Roll a perception or investigation as you're studying the hammer here.
Okay.
So Hegnog,
Yes.
how did you get down here, or did you just appear down in this area? I'm really confused because.
All right. So it's a crazy story. So I was with Quinn. We were just shooting the shit over by the campfire, and
Yeah, I
did
remember
the
that.
thing that happens to me sometimes. And I said, "Oh, here we go again." And I did, and when I wasn't there anymore, I was in a new place, and I met up with a new crew, and we started, doing some adventures. And I was with this guy named Toast. Or this girl. I don't know. It's hard to tell with you furry people what you are. And then there was a couple of others, but they didn't. I don't know what happened to them or Toast, if I'm being honest. But then the next thing I knew, I was stuck inside a chest, and I was banging on it like let me out, and then suddenly it crashed to the ground. I think I just wiggled it off of a ledge or something, and then the last thing I saw was but before I just fell into the big hole in the earth was like feathers, and it was scary. So I was like, just gonna go take a dip down in the deep. And then I there was some snakes and spiders and some mushroom people, and I defeated them all, because it was not hard. And then I
did you
found
discover
this
your
found this hammer and this sword, and I was like, okay, I guess that's my prize.
So you
Nosh.
found this afterwards?
No-
Yeah. What
Nosh.
cat?
Stop asking him questions.
Well, I mean, it
He'll
sounds like
never-
he was near where we were, which is
He'll
just
never
weird.
stop talking.
That's fair.
That's fair. Catriona, with your 17, you see on this hammer's handle there are like 5 recesses, and 2 of them are filled with glowing gems. One of them is like a bright crystalline yellow, and the other is a kind of a dull lustrous brown. Or sorry, not lustrous, lack of luster. Lusterless brown.
Okay.
Turd brown.
Catriona, do you want me to take a look at that for you?
Actually, yes. If you could have a little glance at this, but not give it back to him.
Well, you gotta definitely give it back to me because.
Well, yeah, we
We'll
just
give it
want
back
to
to you.
make
We wanted
sure.
to give you some more information about it.
Yeah, because maybe we could figure out what it does, and then we could tell you about it.
I mean, it's a hammer. It hits stuff.
But it could do more.
Can I ignore them and pull out my Evervial and just sit over to the side and start playing with my Evervial to get the next potion from it?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a roll table here, so let's roll it.
All right, and I'm gonna.
I hand the
start
hammer
identifying.
over to Quinn, and I want to walk over to where the Lieutenant Ewing's ash form was.
Okay.
And Catriona's going to pull out her little painter set that she has and mix some of his ashes in and use it to put on a form of war paint that the Epigeans are familiar with.
Okay, I like it.
This is great. I rolled 15 last time I did this, and then I rolled 30. I'm loving
Okay,
this.
so with the 30, this is a bright yellow concoction that seems to kind of subtly change colors as you shift it about
Mhm.
from like a deep like dark ochre to like a more like banana yellow, just kind of ever shifting.
Do I recognize it, or can I?
If you take a little sip, you might recognize it, or you might not. That's the best way to identify potions, according to the rules of the game, unless you cast
Really?
identify or something. Yeah. It always says usually like a small sip will identify.
Just take a sip of that poison. You'll be fine.
None of them are poisons in there.
Okay. I'll take a quick sniff first. See if I can identify it from the spell and the consistency of it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a medicine check. And Quinn, you're casting Identify on the hammer?
Yeah, as a ritual though, so it'll take 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully Hegnod will be gone by then.
That's
Disappeared.
rude.
I want him to live with us forever.
That wasn't out loud to him.
That was sidebar.
So with an 11, this one, not one you would be familiar with. This is not a common potion.
Can I just pour the smallest couple of drops in my palm and do a quick check, just 1 or 2 little tiny drops? I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a full sip.
You just the tiniest little drop, and for the the smallest of seconds here, Nosh, you transform before everyone else's eyes into roll a d10.
It's a polyjuice potion.
You transform for the briefest of seconds into a very large snake before you right back to Nosh. This is a skin-changing potion. This is something that will, whoever drinks it will be under the effects of polymorph for 10 minutes.
Nice.
So I will add that to your inventory.
Cool.
Just remember, if you don't use it before
24 hours, right?
Yeah, before your next long rest, it goes away.
Right. Yeah, because I made sure to keep track of the last one. Cool. Well, that could be, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
So where are we going next, guys?
Cat, where are we going?
The cat is glaring at you all like if you tell him, I will kill you.
And Nosh is just kind of looking up expectantly, like big puppy eyes. Like, where are we going, Cat?
I'm still focused on identifying the hammer. So I'm going to let you deal with, is it Hegnod or Headnog?
So I
Yes.
had it written down as
yes. Just say yes, Nick. Just say yes.
yeah. Just hey, say yes. Yeah. It's yes.
No,
It's all of them.
it doesn't matter. You can get it either way.
He'll answer to anything, Scott, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, he'll answer when you don't ask him anything.
Quinn,
Yes.
by this point, your spell would have activated, and you see that this is really 3 magic items in one. The spheres themselves are Zealtech. These are this technology comes from the arcane research of the Starfall Conservatory. The brown sphere is a feather sphere that's when added to a Zealtech piece of weaponry, gives it the light property, which would explain the lightness of this hammer. And the yellow is a sonic sphere, which when augmented with or used to augment a weapon, causes it to deal shock waves.
Nice.
So mechanically, that adds some thunder damage on a hit. The weapon itself, a name appears in your mind: Armistice.
Armistice. So I'm going to look over at Hegnog and say, oh, this actually is a cursed weapon. This actually looks like it would hurt anybody but an Ephigean who wields
Well,
it.
I'm an Ephigean.
He is,
Oh, shit.
unfortunately.
But an Ephigean that's very tall.
But it's so light. Roll a deception check here, Scott.
All right. This is good. I just put points in deception. And I'm going to guide myself, too, with my staff.
All right.
I believe in you, my friend. I really
yeah,
believe that you can succeed with this.
Give me 1 second. All right, 15 plus, I need a D4, right?
All right. He's
You
just gonna
just
roll
put
insight
points
here.
into deception, meaning 1 point into deception.
Heckna got a straight 19 on his insight check.
Christ.
What? Why does it say Nosh? Hold on a second.
I think you're the last character I had
I
selected.
know. Okay. 'Cause I'm-
Well, you know what? If it is cursed, I think that I'm gonna be okay because I've been cursed with just about everything you can imagine.
Well, I'm going to actually pass it back over to Catriona to take a look at. So she'll give it back. So here you go. But
Do
now
you
it's
share any
fully
information
identified.
about it?
Yeah, so I'm going to just sort of whisper everything that I've learned about the hammer to Catriona.
I just really enjoy the image that Hegnod is down here and we're just passing this hammer above
Yeah.
his head.
Just above his head.
Yeah, like a kid, you can't.
Yeah, get a good look at it. Catriona, when Quinn tells you that this is called Armistice, that name is familiar. This is, now that you see it up close and you hear the name, without a doubt, Ewing's hammer. If you remember correctly, there used to be other gems in those vacant slots, but this is certainly her hammer.
Hegnod, did you take anything out of this when you found it, or
What do you mean
were
take?
there other?
How do you take something out of a hammer?
Okay, that kind of already answers my question. No, you see these little shiny spots, right? And I point at them.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that before.
Okay, so if you get the other 3, then you can actually use it to hit people really well. Right now, because it's so light, it's not really She's just like swinging, like looping it. She's like, it's not really going to do anything when you hit.
Roll a deception check with advantage here, since you're like, there's like some truth to what you're saying. A sliver of
The
it.
smallest amount. Good thing I'm terrible at lying.
Says, oh, I didn't realize it was broken. That would explain why it's
It
so
is,
light.
yeah. See, that's why it's so lightweight. It's not.
Well, Quinn, I think you just better hold on to this curse then.
Well, Catriona's going to carry it for now. Did you want me to take a look at that sword too and see what I can learn about that one?
Yeah, this is like this sword is weird. Like it's got a weird curve to it. It's like a snake.
Yeah, let me take a look at that one too. I'll see what I can tell you about it.
All right.
Another 10 minutes of sitting there.
Yeah, well.
Nosh is gonna have curled up around Ra and is like taking a nap.
Fingers crossed. Hegnod leaves before.
That's right. Now it's your job to get rid of him.
Your friend is awfully quiet. What happened here to you guys? And he's like moved over to you, Harlow, and is like tugging at your
Fuck
hip,
no,
I
I
guess.
just walk away. I'm trying to avoid this dude so bad.
I mean, technically nothing happened, I think. That's kind of the problem.
Nothing happened, and that was the problem. Did I tell you that the one time that nothing happened to me? No, because that never happens. Something's always going down in Hegnod Town.
You know who really likes stories?
Who likes stories?
Quinn.
Quinn!
I go to the opposite side of the chamber because I know that Quinn is stuck where he is right now for 10 minutes.
You think you're punishing me? I fucking love this guy.
I know.
Quinn, tell me a story, man. What's the coolest thing you've ever done?
Well, I'm clearly busy with my spell casting here, so.
Yeah, no, but that's fine. Like, you can probably talk, and that doesn't look hard.
I have to concentrate. Otherwise, this is going to take twice as long.
Oh, man. See, like, when I cast spells, it's like, boom.
What kind of spells do you know?
It's like real simple ones, like Wish, prismatic wall. It's just all like the easy ones that they teach you on your first day. But it's like I got so good at casting Wish that I was like, maybe I should just like experience the world the way that it is.
What's the last thing you wished for, Hegnod?
Oh, I wished for a ham sandwich, and it was a pretty good ham sandwich. And I know what you're thinking, that you're an effigy and you don't need to eat ham sandwiches, but that's what this guy runs on.
Fascinating. Okay.
All right, so let's go, guys. Let's go do it wherever you guys were gonna do, and then we can also do what I want to do, which is tell stories. Right, Quinn?
I'm still face down, looking at the sword, clearly ignoring Hegnog in every possible way.
Quinn, after your 10 minutes here of ignoring Hegnod, this is a sword called Nocturne. It's a flamberge. You know that it is magical, but it seems like there's something still latent to it that you're not sure what that might be. But at this point, it is a +1 magic sword, longsword.
All right. Is it also named?
It's named Nocturne.
Oh, that's right. Nocturne. Thank you. So I'm going to also, above Hegnog's head, pass this over to Catriona and give her a little bit of information about what I've learned of it.
I love it. Catriona's just over here, like, juggling weapons.
Catriona, this sword is not familiar. This doesn't look like the style that an Ephigean would really use. It's much more like, precise and fanciful. But it's very nice.
This is really pretty. I feel it's kind of dainty, and she is flexing it a little.
But don't break it.
No, I wasn't going to do that. I think it might be better if someone else. But look at this one. I don't know. Hollow.
Oh, you're saying
swing
I'm
swords.
too much a man for this sword. I see.
Yeah, it's a little bit, flimsy. It looks like I might break it, and because you are, such a strong statue, I don't know if it's the best choice for you.
Nosh, why are we indulging this guy?
I'm gonna hand the sword to Hollow.
Rah, I don't. And Nosh literally he's curled up with his tail right next to it around Ra, and his hands end up going over his face, when a dog hides and he's like, I don't know. And he's just kind of not even sure what to do because he's already been scolded by Cat once. He's he doesn't want to say anything. At least he gets scolded again.
I'll take a look at the sword, but I have a feeling it's more nauseous speed.
What's my speed? Hold on. What? I heard my name.
Oh,
It
I
feels
don't remember if Nosh fights with swords. That's why.
dainty, right?
Fight with knives.
I mean, it is a long sword, but for an effigy, and especially someone of Catriona size, yeah, pretty dainty.
So while the sword is being kind of
Passed around.
I'm going to actually walk off to the side and start engaging Hegnog in some conversation, just to keep him busy, so
God
that,
bless your
busy.
soul.
so they can
God
figure
bless
out
your
what
soul.
to do with the sword.
Perfect.
So where is it you want to go from here, Hegnog?
And he starts telling you about his buddy Toast that he was just traveling with, and how he's got to find Toast.
And
But
was Toast in the chest with you?
no, but I don't know what happened to Toast. Last time I saw Toast was before the chest. They said that they had something important to do. Said that they had some cryptic visitors recently, fugitives or something. I don't know. It was a weird little creature. It's fur everywhere and teeth. They were sharp. Smelled like nutmeg.
Did you happen to come across any other exits back to the surface while you've been down here?
I didn't find any exits, but I found several pathways, and I explored them all. This was the last one.
But the only one that you're aware of to go back out would be past where you saw the bird and the feathers?
Yeah.
Isn't that pathway more of an upward? Didn't we fall down?
It was like a slide, yeah.
Like a slope? Yeah, we need to look for another exit, I'm pretty sure, if we can find one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I searched this place all the way through. I didn't miss a single thing. I never do. I'm also a really good detective.
You're sure you didn't miss anything? But if you just went ahead and scouted for us.
All right, I
such a
suppose
good
I could do
detective.
that.
That's a great idea.
But I should probably bring at least your kitty cat with me, right, Quinn?
Sure. So Moss is going to not particularly like that idea, but she understands that
She's the sacrifice.
She's the sacrificial cat right now.
Wow, just
taking one for the team, boss.
taking one
You
for the
can
team for sure.
communicate
Good
back,
heavens.
Yeah. At some distance, you'll be able
Seems
to
I've
communicate
drawn the
back.
shortest straw this pass. Let's hope that his presence doesn't last. And Moss is soon gone with Hegnod back down the way.
That was gonna be a stinky ass. Run.
I would really like to get out of here. I'm not a huge fan of down here. But we
Just before we leave, I'm going to just do a study action on that chronology book before we take off.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana.
All right, I'm going to guide myself. You're going to hear that a lot now that I've got that as a cantrip, by the way. So, 3, and then 11 plus 4.
Okay. plus a D4 here.
Yep.
Okay, with a 12, you are able during this time to decipher the description of a cantrip. It's going to take a little bit of time to practice it before you have it mastered, but it's called Sapping Sting, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yep.
So it is will be available to you after one more successful study, since it cantrip doesn't seem like you'd be able to learn it in like 6 seconds if it's something that you've done so many times. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, should we try to ditch this guy?
Yes, I thought we were actively doing that.
So everybody's got a full rest complete at this point, Nick?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to head back out.
So we're heading back the way we came, out the.
Does
the giant killer
hammer-
bird.
does the hammer require attunement?
Let me double check what I had put in the item coding.
Nosh, did you want to look
It
at
does
the
require
sword?
attunement, yes.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be anything I can actually wield. Daggers and knives are more of my. Daggers, short sword, knives are kind of my thing. I don't
Is
deal
it a-
in full swords like that. I thought he said it was a long sword.
It's a long sword. Mechanically, it's a long sword, yeah.
Yeah, Nosh doesn't have any affinity
Proficiency
or
with it.
proficiency with long swords. It's like affinity. Wait, that's not the right word. Proficiency. No proficiency with long swords.
Did somebody say affinity?
I was waiting
no.
for it.
I didn't say that.
Can we wait? Can we finish out the long rest so I can attune to this?
Sure. We're probably going to see our little buddy again. But
Or
That
he'll
works.
disappear at some point.
I mean, we could just tie him up again.
I honestly don't think he would stop you, Quinn, if you tied him up. Do you need some rope?
All right, I'm going to.
I
attune the
can't.
hammer.
I can't use the long sword.
Should we? just
You
hold on
already
to
use
it,
a long sword.
Arlo?
I use an arm blade, but if I use a long sword, I can't have a shield.
Oh.
Long swords are two-handed.
Aren't they?
No.
It should be one-handed.
It's a versatile.
Oh. Maybe I'm thinking great swords.
Yeah.
Great swords are definitely two. Up to you then, Harlow. If you want to use that, go for it. If you think it'll
I guess.
be better.
You said it's a flamberger?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
Like
Yeah,
a-
It's
well,
a blade
wavy
with like
blade.
a waving blade. Well,
Okay.
I'll find a good picture.
I'm struggling right now, guys. I have no idea what that's gonna look like.
I'll try to find a picture to send to Discord.
I'm thinking
Like-
of like the blades that have the literally looks like hills within them, but I'm not sure if that's what you guys are referring to.
So it sounds like that's what you're talking about.
Okay,
Here, I'm sending one to Discord.
Oh, you got one? Okay.
thank you.
Sweet.
ma'am. Thank you all very much.
I'll attune to this if we're taking more time.
Yeah, you guys, if y'all need to attune.
Okay.
Oh, so it does. Okay, that makes more sense.
It's a little squiggle.
Just a little
Attunes.
squeakle squeakle.
A squiggle of death.
And it tunes. Look at that.
All right, cool. Okay, so we can't go back the way we came, right? 'Cause-
Not unless we want to fight a phoenix.
that's right. That's right.
Or sneak past one, maybe?
Yeah.
How sneaky
How
are
good are you at
Matilda?
sneaking again?
Hey, Matilda is very good at sneaking.
Yeah, Matilda-
Catriona is not.
Cat's not that great at sneaking. So we continue down the other direction that way. And Nosh is pointing away from where we built up the rocks, I guess, and blocked the path.
I really don't want to just wander around here because it usually hurts, but okay.
What do you mean? Okay.
What do I mean? I mean the weird lizard that almost killed me.
Well,
And
yes,
then
that
the
I
void
got
that almost
that.
made me disintegrate
Yeah,
is what
well,
I mean.
Yeah, that too. I forgot about the
Cat has had a hard couple days.
I don't like it down here. I really don't.
I don't really like it either. It's not as fun as
So is Moss within range of telepathy? Can I ask for a status update?
She is not.
Okay.
wandered quite far.
Are you? Because you've spent an hour, right? Because you finished
For
that
attunement.
attunement.
Let's head out. Where are we going, guys?
The surface.
Okay.
As quickly
Find
as
the path
possible.
that leads up. Is that what we should be looking for? Pathway that goes.
Is it? It was like they are like sloped down.
I could
right?
dig.
Well, we're in the
It's-
aether. We're in the Aetherdeep, so we're not tethered to the ground. Remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
I could try to dig us out with mold earth.
Do you think, Harlow,
I feel
we
like
could-
that would take a really long time.
Probably.
No
It's a
idea how
cantrip.
deep.
Yeah.
So
I would say, can we jump and go back up the slide with the fact that
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably
We
just.
could,
it
but
wasn't
there's
like
a killer
straight
bird
down.
up there.
right? That's what I was thinking. I don't really want to deal with it either.
We just take another tunnel, right? Till we die.
Hopefully we won't die.
All right.
I've got
sure.
plenty of rations, and I can heal you up pretty good if we don't run into anything too
Catriona,
deadly.
I just look over at Harlow. I'm like, all right, sure. You like souls, I guess. That's a useful of mine.
Quinn, suddenly you feel Moss, that connection reestablishes. And she calls out to you, I didn't think this would be the what I would say, but I think he actually found another way.
Oh no!
this little guy is useful. I'm telling you.
Uh,
I need him so
Two
much.
new weapons. He found an exit. All
He
right.
keeps talking about toast, and I
Alright.
can't decide if he's actually talking about toast or if there's somebody that he has met that's named Toast.
So Moss, how do we find you?
And she is already made her way, because it's only like 100 feet.
It's 100 feet.
Yeah, so she has already made her way back. And she says, I could show you which path to take. Really hard to make a mistake. He sadly is, or happily, disappeared again. But Quinn, he did say that you were his friend. And the one thing he said, mark this the most, you must find Toast. Whatever that means.
Again, is he referencing the food or a person?
No, I think there was a Namasi named Toast, a raccoon.
I think whoever he was with last turned to toast.
He said teeth, though, man.
Huh?
He said teeth. I definitely think it's probably a Namasi, but
I'm pretty
raccoon-
sure most of y'all have teeth. Like, I mean,
You're not wrong, Harlow. You're not
well,
wrong.
I guess
you're very accurate
Taorans
on
don't
that.
have teeth, but
It's just usually
Ephesians have
when
teeth. Blood touch have teeth.
someone mentions teeth, they mean it like this is a prominent feature.
I have some teeth.
How many teeth do you have, Harlow?
I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
Don't
But
worry.
it is some.
Yeah,
I don't have any. I'm jealous.
maybe like, I don't know, 16.
And yet you still devour everything, Raw. It's
But just think how
impressive.
much work I could do if I had teeth.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Let's not
Can
get
we-
any teeth.
Can we
Cat's like,
get Raw some teeth?
No, I think that's a bad idea, Harlow. We'll talk about that
Just-
later.
Pop a set of dentures in there.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking. How disturbing that would be.
And Nosh just starts to like
flame
walk.
with dentures.
And Nosh just like, no teeth, no teeth. let's go, Moss. You start
Mm.
Jenna's
chowing.
We're
busy
gonna-
trying to count her individual teeth now.
Harlow writes that down in a journal. Fine teeth.
I hope I've got a mouthful of thorns. That'll just be cool.
Mm.
We're going to follow Moss toward whatever exit they managed to find.
Okay. And it sounds like from her description that she spent a lot of time with Heg just wandering around aimlessly, but eventually, and it's not terribly far from where you are all now, after a bit of doubling back, you don't encounter any sign of that large creature that you had seen being attacked by the ether drifters whose babies you saw in the crystals. But you take another pathway that forks again. You follow Moss's instruction, and you find another exit from the Aetherdeep. And after 20 minutes worth of navigating, you find yourselves breaching that level where it is no longer filled with ether. If you have anything you'd like to do before you step onto dry lands, once again, dry proverbially, I mean, it is literally dry land, but I guess you weren't in wetland.
Catriona does a front flip real quick.
Nice. Quinn just kind of swims around one last time, just enjoying the weightlessness.
No, she'll probably just get down on all fours with Ra, like on his shoulder, right on his back, like he's riding him, and just bound around and jump a few times using leap, and then leap out of the tunnel back onto the ground, and then stand up.
Might snag a crystal or two on my way out. Put them in my pocket.
Okay, yeah. There's no shortage of them here. What colors are you going for?
What colors?
Yeah.
Purple and like yellow.
Purple and yellow. Okay. Nice. Were they complementary colors?
Yeah.
Nice. So as you reach the space where that threshold of ether and air, you see that you are in a cave of sorts, and in the distance you see that the mouth of the cave. The sun has not. You've certainly lost track of the hour while you were underground. The sun is hanging low in the sky, so it is. By the look of it, it is late in the afternoon or early evening here. Sorry, go ahead.
No, finish. No, you go.
You say that you left the path that you were traveling, the road, by a fair distance when you went to the investigate the cart and the ruins, and you were traveling underground for a pretty considerable way, so you don't really know where you are right now.
That's what I was gonna say. Can we sort of look around and get, this way's west, this way's this, and
Certainly, the sun would be a clear indication of that. The terrain looks more or less the same as what you left. If you didn't travel into a new biome or anything by any means, it is a relatively sparsely packed forest, and the sun ahead of you indicates your direction here, so you can figure out east, west, north, south, no problem. And you had been traveling, north, northwest. North, northeast. Yeah, okay. My mistake. And so you have that direction, but it's going to take some work to try to find the road.
Okay.
So I'll send Moss up in the air and see if she can spot clearings or any sign of some sort of passageway.
Okay. She flies on it. I don't see a clear direction from here, but doesn't mean that it's not there.
Shall we just start moving eastward and...
That might be best.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
eastward fashion.
Could I do a nature check to see if I notice any even animal trails or anything that would...
Sure. Yeah, anybody wants to do nature or survival if you're trying to kind of, just more deeply acclimate yourselves to this space. Haha, Harlow! with that nat 20 for a 26. Quinn,
It's a 30 with guidance. Thank you.
oops, sorry, I missed the guidance. Very adept, the two of you. Quinn, after some searching, you're finding tracks that look quite a bit like Gonzal tracks, which is where you kind of went astray from the road in the first place. But you do remember that it was a pretty massive herd, and you're not sure, are you farther to the east of where you encountered them, or are you back to the further west where they eventually ran off to? Harlow, with your survival check and like paying close attention to the tracks that Quinn points out, after about 20 minutes under your guidance, and you have made your way back to the road.
Do we have any indication of like did we backtrack? Do we recognize the road we're on?
The road at this point looks, I mean, it's there no like major identifying features, but it doesn't look particularly familiar. So it seems like you have wound up on the better side of progress here.
Shall we keep walking?
Yeah, where are we headed again?
It was what's the school called? Starfall?
Yeah.
Is where you wanted to go, right?
I think I'd like to get there eventually, but I know you were on a little bit of a mission here, so
Yeah. I have to figure out a way to get word back to the Demarchy.
I can probably help with that.
I do think I should still look into where they were supposed to be, because maybe that'll give it a bit of a clue as to what happened. But if you could help me tell the Demarchy what happened.
Yeah, I can. If you maybe tell me a short message and who specifically you'd like me to send it to, I'll need a pretty good description. But if you tell me who that person is, I think I can use the staff that I just got to help us get a message back for you.
Okay. All right. How short?
A couple dozen words.
Okay.
Hey guys, real quick. I just wanted to let you know that success is a destination, but a journey built on hard work, perseverance, and belief in oneself. And I'm going to inspire everyone and give them temporary hit points now that we've gotten out of the Aetherdeep.
I do
Love
feel
y'all.
inspired by that.
Wow.
How many
Thanks.
temp we got?
Thanks, Nosh. That was really
I think
good.
you guys get 8 temporary hit points.
You're getting better at this.
Thanks, Raw. I'm trying to, think about it in advance and just really contemplate. It should be 8 temporary hit points. Everybody gets
Nice.
8 hit points.
By the way, each time we take a rest, I'm handing out good berries. So everybody should have good berries.
And I'll be throwing away the old
Return of
ones
the
that
pit
didn't
berries.
eat.
That's right.
Throwing away the ones that didn't eat, replenishing the ones that he gave me.
These
It's
came from
fun.
totally new cracks too.
Every time you say that, man, just
Really
there's so
don't
many
like that.
things. Just awkward situation.
Sorry. I'm trying to find the name of the person that sent.
You would know who that is. That was Eithrig, one of the members of the Demarchy. And you know her as an ornate effigy, and you have a clear vision of her in your mind. You would be able to describe that to Quinn, no problem.
I would describe all of that to Quinn.
All right. I'll even create a little illusion of a portrait of who you're describing so we make sure we get it right.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll tweak the portrait with him for a minute. Okay, now I need it's 25 words, right?
Yep.
For cantrip.
So maybe now would be a good time for us to take our hour break, and then
Perfect
we can
timing.
come back with our whatever message you're sending.
Perfect
Sounds
timing.
like a plan.
All right, be back in a few.
See y'all soon. And we're back. So, continuing along the way here, composing a message. Are you ready to send it?
Okay, here's what I have. Catriona here. 3 friends found. KIA. Robed figures in masks. Possibly Zealoid, possibly not. Likely Starfall involvement. Going to investigate further. Report again soon.
Okay.
All right, I'm doing my damnedest to remember all that. I'm jotting it down.
I cannot
let's
write it
do it,
down
Kat.
for you, so.
All right, I'm going to go ahead. This is my first time using the staff cast.
Why is it rolling?
Yeah, I don't know why it did a roll.
Doesn't need to. That's fine. And you cast the spell. You know that it is successful, and a few moments later there is a response, Quinn. Results are lamentable, but we applaud your ability to bring them peace. You are a credit to your people. Continue and report when possible.
All right, I'm jotting that down as it's being received, and then I repeat it back to Catriona.
Does that feel like a normal response that Catriona would have gotten from her? Okay.
Yeah, like short, limited, and crediting you for the work that you've done, but
Okay.
urging you to go on.
Okay. Well, I think it's maybe a good idea if all of us pay a little bit of a visit to Starfall.
All right, and which direction is Starfall from here?
Ultimately, it is east.
Okay. And our road appears to lead in that direction, or at least somewhat east?
Yes, and you remember from your map that you uncovered, as well as from just the conversations that you were having with Jubilee before, or along the way, that the Stone Bridge is maybe a day away from where you are now. After all of the this side adventuring, that really isn't side adventuring if it's just on the side of the road, but it's still important. Nice to say.
Hey, Nick.
Yes.
Can Nosh, as they say they're going to the First Fall Conservatory, try and remember or pull out their notes that they have in regards to the spork in the stone and try and remember if it's in this general direction, or slide over to Quinn and be like, hey, you remember that thing I told you about, the rock and the spork? Remember that?
Yeah,
You think,
I do.
You think this is probably we might see a path off in the distance that maybe it's over there that we could just swing around and zig and zag a bit just to see if we might find it. Just curious, just not make it a big distraction, because I still want to get to the conservatory.
Do we know where it is?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I was wondering if you'd heard anything, before we met up.
Would I have any knowledge of a location for a spork?
As it is a mythical object, you maybe have heard rumors. Both of you roll some history checks. Yeah, I mean, Quinn, you've heard the typical garden variety rumors of this silly sounding spork in a stone. Nosh, the last thing that you had heard was that someone said something about Drakeshore, which is, as you know, on the south end of the Western Peninsula. If you had gone due south from Midhaven, you would have made your way to Drakeshore, but that's also where dragons are rumored to be.
That's right.
In that neck of the continent.
So I would have, okay.
So
We're
not
not headed.
particularly in that direction, no.
In that direction. Okay. I just maybe, I don't think based on what I had heard before we met up, but just keep your eye out. You never know, because rumors could always just be a bunch of BS too. So
You
definitely.
know, the
look at
Starfall
it.
Conservatory is supposed to be a place of knowledge. That might be a good place for us to get some more
Yeah.
clues.
No, definitely one of the main reasons I want to go there, as you know. And he kind of just gives you a side eye. And then just is like, let's go. Let's go.
All right. Off to the east we go.
All right.
Could we
roll
still?
a D. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, could we still stop through the was it Stonebridge? Is the
Unless you're like going off the road, you like have to.
Okay, good, cool.
So someone go ahead and roll a d20 as you are back on the trail here. 5 coming in hot. Okay. How are you proceeding? What's your, because it is getting close to sunset here, but you are recently rested.
Kat's just swinging her hammer, going front and center, merrily along the path.
And we'll have Nosh Moss flying ahead, just kind of taking a watch of the road, seeing that there's
All furry
nobody
things
waiting
look
for us.
alike to you, do they?
And so Nosh and Harlow.
Just walking. I don't know if there's anything else to do.
Yeah, just checking along. Not
So
much going on.
as you are moving, everybody roll some perception checks. Okay. Solid perception from most. Harlow and Kat, as you are continuing to the east here, the sun starts to dip below the horizon line, and there's just like that bit of glow that still remains. And as you're looking at the horizon, it looks like it begins to move, like rising up and moving off to the left, which is bizarre.
Like the whole horizon?
Now, as you looked like to the left and to the right a ways, kind of like chasing the horizon in other directions, it seems stationary. So it looks like up ahead there's something very large moving.
Didn't Heg say something about like
Fighting a mountain, but I don't. Are we really giving him credit? Okay.
I thought he talked to the mountain.
No, he
What?
tickled it.
Tickled it.
Tickled the mountain. There it is. Wrong words. Sorry.
there's a mountain moving up there?
Is it?
Is that
Is-
a mountain?
If you look
Can
right
I-
there and
can I,
focus
like-
and don't move your eyes, and it keeps moving.
Can I do the Aragorn thing and lay on the ground and see if it's vibrating really from presumably the earthquake that would require a mountain to move?
Would do your stone
Or,
ears here.
Animal track,
absolutely.
a stampede
Yeah.
of some kind.
Go ahead and roll a survival check here.
Guidance.
6. I'll take a d4.
You
I
might
love them.
not need it.
It's not going to change anything.
Can I give her the help action?
I can't.
But she
So,
fucking
Catriona,
needs it.
not retroactively here, but Catriona, as you're trying to Aragorn your way through the situation. It's like, yep, that's the earth beneath your fingers.
You get distracted by something.
The little ants that are crawling on the ground.
There's
Oh,
a pill bug.
She's down there for like 5 minutes, and eventually Harlow's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, yep." And I just stand up, like, wasn't completely not paying attention.
As you are utterly failing to perceive anything here, after a few minutes of this, like you see that this horizon shape is moving very slowly, but it is moving, and it seems to be going in a northerly path. And so are you staying put? Are you going forward? Are you going back? What's the plan, gang?
I'm going to send Moss to go check it out.
It's not coming towards us, right?
Nope.
Okay, so I think we just go the opposite direction from it, and that's just fine.
Wait, no, hold on. Is it going in the direction we were originally planning to go, or like?
So it is in the direction you're going, but it's
Right.
moving northerly. But I mean, it's hard to tell how far away it is, because if this is literally a mountain that's moving, if you believe Heck, then this could be miles and miles away.
Well,
I don't believe him, and I resent you making me have to think about it.
Right. I think we continue on our path. I mean, as long as even if we get a bit closer, we can always veer off and go around and avoid it as needed, right? I don't think we should completely divert. We've already had such delays on our journey as is.
I mean, how bad could it be?
Could be a mountain we have to tickle.
I don't know if I've
I'll
done
leave
that.
that
Never
up to
tickled a
you.
mountain.
Well, for one, I'd like to check it out.
What if it's like a giant
All right.
turtle, but its back is like a mountain?
Turtle named Faggio. All right,
Guess
well,
we're
let's-
heading there, yeah. We're
So
gonna
we're
head
not-
but
closer.
cautiously.
We're
yeah.
gonna not
Okay.
change course. We're not trying to avoid it, but
Sure,
we're
sure.
being aware of it.
You continuing along the path, it's now that you see it, and you see that what you could have otherwise mistaken for just a part of the skyline, see it subtly moving. You do get a sense that it is rather far away, and as you continue, you see in the distance, much closer, about 100 yards down the way, is a wagon that is pulled off to the side, and there is like a lantern that's shining within.
Again with the fucking wagons.
I feel like the wagons are like the issue here.
Wagons.
The wagons
That's
The
first.
wagons are the big
They
bad
need a
evil
better-
guy of the
They need a
campaign.
better wagon manufacturer. They're all bad.
Maybe we should open our own company and make better wagons. I don't know. Could be.
This
could be a
wagon
thing.
is definitely smaller than Jubilee's. It's really more of like a buggy than a
Are
wagon.
axles intact?
I'm so
'Cause
much more suspicious of a wagon than a mountain.
Right. So yeah, are you drawing closer? What's the plan here?
Can I
You
sort
blowing
of,
this wagon up?
I want to like perimeter check around the wagon.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. You aren't seeing like anything waiting in ambush off on the sides here. It is pulled off onto the side of the road here, but you do notice as you get a bit closer that sitting on the bench, kind of just lounging back, are two small figures, and if you're not mistaken, they look like they're mice folk.
Thank God you said small figures, and
You
I was
thought it was
like,
technology.
Really
God
thought
damn.
It was gonna be okay. I'm
And it
okay with-
looks like they are like just lounged back, almost watching this
Ooh.
moving creature far in the distance.
All right, let's go talk to the mice.
Let's go say hi.
Oh dear.
Hello.
We. Oh. Hello there. It's dark, but and a lantern rises up and it's like shining light onto the space. You here to admire Vori?
Yes, unfortunately, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't? Oh, well, this is a treat, but it doesn't always come by these parts, but when she does, it's worth checking out. Where are my manners? My name is Carl. And this little dapper mouse just, as dapper as he can be, takes off his flat cap and bows to you. And then next to him, it looks like maybe like his son just is sitting there silently, just staring at you all.
Pleased to meet you, Catriona, and I reach a hand down to shake hands with them.
He's sitting up on the top of this bench. This is elevated a good 5-6 feet off the ground.
What was his name?
Carl.
Carl.
Oh no.
That's not Quinn saying that. Is this y'all's first time seeing Vori on the move?
Yeah, never seen it before.
What is it?
Well, I've never been up close, but people say it's a living mountain. And
Really?
if you watch closely, it looks like a mountain to me. Moving across. Some people say maybe it's a giant turtle with a mountain on its back.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
But I don't know. Never seen her up close.
And
Too scared.
her name's Vori?
Vori.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Does she...
She's gentle as far as anybody knows. Just kind of carves her way through.
How?
But I wouldn't want to be crushed by a mountain.
Of course not.
I don't think anyone would want to be crushed by a mountain, but Vori is very impressive as you have the sun setting behind her and she's moving across the horizon like that.
Yes, sirree.
Very inspiring.
What are you all? Travelers? Are you musicians? Are you lovers? Are you vagabonds? What's your thing?
Travelers.
Travelers kind of covers it. Yeah.
And,
We're all
we have
heading
a
in the
chef.
same-
We have a cook.
Oh, that's
Oh.
true.
Uh-huh.
A cook? A chef?
And a magic man.
A cook, a
A
magic man,
man.
a soldier, and a dead girl. We're a great group.
Walk into a
We're,
bar.
we all
Does that
walk
feel
into a
like
bar
this is-
together.
A joke. Well, where are you heading?
The Starfall Conservatory.
Oh, magic man indeed. Well, it's a long journey ahead of you. Don't want to take up any of your time here, but, enjoy your evening. Well, it is getting awfully late, though. Be careful. It's dangerous on these roads. That's why we never go far from home.
Where's home for you?
Oh, it's just a little village not far from here called Thorn Hollow. A few families, we're farming type. Just have a nice little place we call home.
Do you just
You'll
come
pass
out
it if
here
you
to
keep
watch
going
the
on that.
mountain? Or
Well, we're coming back from recent delivery we were making. We were back over Midhaven way, a few weeks ago, but then we decided we were going to make a detour. Did a little bit of sightseeing down south and coming back.
what did you see down south?
Down south? Well, we didn't make it very far. We only made it to Eastholm, so not that far south. A lot of people like your friend there, and points to Catriona. And as you can imagine, for people like us, it's real easy to get underfoot. So we figured it wasn't the place for us. But the architecture sure is amazing. You ever been?
Maybe.
Oh. Okay.
I've never been.
Well,
Pass
if y'all don't
through.
want a hard, cold night out here on the road, and I'm sure we'd be able to accommodate you in Thornhollow.
Would you? That would really be lovely. I'd be happy to cook up a meal and payment. Fortunately, we don't have the deepest pockets these days as we've been traveling over to the Starfall Conservatory. But I'd be happy to compensate you in that way if you wouldn't mind putting all of us up for the night.
Well, we've got plenty of provisions, being that we are farmers. But it is getting late in the cycle here, as the harvest is not for some time. So, not as well stocked pantries as we would like.
That's
But,
all
yeah.
right.
It's fine.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Are y'all headed back now? Are y'all still watching? Shall we go ahead?
Well, looks like she's just about moved out of the way here. So, given the amount of time it's going to take to get to her, so yeah, I'd say we're good.
Let's follow the mice.
All right.
We'll follow you all. Thank you, Carl.
Excellent.
What's your companion's name here? Is this your son?
That is my son. How'd you know?
The resemblance is uncanny.
Well, I hope you don't think me vain, but that's Carl Jr.
Is he also a chef?
Carl's Jr.?
Does he also cook food?
He doesn't, but he sure eats a whole bunch of it, don't you, Carl? And little Carl Jr. has not said anything.
All right, we follow. So this cart, is it being pulled by anything?
It is being pulled by a small four-legged creature. Weird, but it looks like it's just a miniature horse. Like there's no weird hybridization, or it's not a part plant or anything like that. It's just like a horse.
Please tell me his name is Sebastian. Little Sebastian, maybe?
Little Sebastian.
God
Bye-bye,
damn.
little Sebastian.
All right. I think we mosey along with the cart and our two new Carl friends.
All right, then you would, after not terribly long, a couple more miles of travel, you start to see farmlands stretching out into the distance on either side of you. You see some mouse folk like Carl scurrying about, tending to crops. They've got lanterns. It seems like there's some sort of blight, maybe, that they're chasing off, some sort of bugs or something, but unusually active, it seems like, for this time of night. But what catches your eye most once you get closer to this village is there's a strong smell of burning wood. It's pleasant and aromatic, but doesn't not like cause for alarm. It doesn't seem like the place is on fire or anything. And here is your map. Little Carl Jr. has already scampered away into this nearby house, and Carl is here in front of you, and he says, well, my place is a bit small, probably by your standards, but oh gosh.
I'm happy to sleep outside. That's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, let me go check on something real quick where there might be a couple of free beds. Let me just go talk to Nugget, and I'll be back.
All right.
And
Nugget.
Carl scampers off and is busy talking to another one of the mouse folk.
What you said they were like tending the crops? Does it look like, based on Nash's experience in farming with his family, are they just preparing the fields, or what's going on?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a nature check.
Okay. And I'm not doing very good. I'm distracted.
Yeah, it's you saw that someone had it was like misting some of the crops. And as you've got here into the village proper here, you see that at these domiciles, like there are people like active in their little personal private gardens, despite the fact that it is late. And yeah, they're just kind of spraying things down, being very like fastidious with their watching of the plants. It seems strange.
Okay.
Can I look for the source of the burning smell? Is
Yeah,
there, like,
absolutely.
a communal bonfire sort of
Roll
thing?
roll a perception check.
Okay.
See if you can follow your nose. Yeah, it doesn't take long. It smells like, I guess with a 19, you'd be confident. It smells like roses. In addition to whatever it is, this woody smell. There's something definitely like floral to it, and it's not here on the map. But if you had followed this path here, past these buildings and deeper into the farm space, you would see a platform that is erected, and there is a pile of ash that is just a few feet wide and a few 6 inches or so tall of just still slightly smoking, smoldering something.
I'm gonna walk up to the pile, sort of start poking around in it.
It's
Is there,
still very
like-
warm.
Is there like any sort of indication of what was being burned beyond a
With
rose
that
smell?
19, I mean it's definitely wood of some sort that was burned.
Okay.
But as you look at the some of the trees that are in the area, it doesn't look like or it doesn't smell like those trees. The ones that are around here, like you have a few like apple trees, but primarily just like some oaks and cedars. And this doesn't smell like oak or cedar.
So, weird question, but is there a particular smell of a Teorin burning?
I'm sure you would know that smell, and this is not that smell.
Okay.
That got very dark for a second.
Really?
Someone's got to
Good
consider, right?
All right, I'm going to cast Augury and just get a sense of, is there an ill omen about this town?
We're so suspicious
Okay.
of little towns now.
He
You
made
gotta
a
be, right?
map. He made a map of this area.
Yeah, the mountain was what you rolled for, the moving mountain. This was, you were always going to encounter the thorn hollow. It's on the path. So you are reaching out to just the cosmos, I guess, right? Since, or like, I don't know, Quinn, are you trying to tap into anything in particular?
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is actually a spell where he would use a little bit of like the zeal speaking and try to get a sense of the magic in the area.
Hmm.
Oh my god, Quinn starts doing that, and Catriona looks at him and goes, I didn't know you could talk to roses.
What does this look like, Quinn, as you try to tap into the...
So I think augury is
Zeal
normally
speaking.
like you're using cards or you're using bones or something. So for him, he's actually taking a bundle of twigs and casting them on the ground and sort of doing a read of the positioning of the twigs.
Okay. And so as you're trying to get a read, so you receive an omen about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, so staying in this town or entering this town, that's sort of the course of action.
Okay. Indifference is your result.
All right.
Quinn, you're good with plants. Why would they be burning roses, and why aren't there any around?
I mean, they could be clearing the fields of what could be considered an invasive plant, but I mean, we could just ask.
Hey, gang! And you see Carl is back with another one of the mouse folk. Says, "This is Nugget, and Nugget has agreed to put you up on account of his sister's not here, and so he's got some extra space. Isn't that right, Nugget?" Yep. You guys
Thank you.
That's very
It'll be a
kind
little
of
bit
you.
tight,
Nugget.
but it should work out just fine. We're just down here at the south end.
Awesome. Well, we'll follow you. Thank you for putting us up for the night. We do appreciate it.
What's with the fire?
Oh, over yonder? Well, we had our effigy. We've been doing them all this week. You know, it's a town tradition. Got to keep the beast away.
Of course, yeah.
What beast?
Got to.
I'm
The beast,
sorry,
well,
that warrants so much more explanation.
Let's maybe talk about it inside, where it's nice and warm, and we can put a light on.
Of course, yeah. We'll,
Okay.
follow you.
Sure.
Y'all sleep well. And Carl.
Thanks, Carl. See you in the morning.
Anybody else fan of the magicians? Nope.
No.
Silent.
no.
I'm not familiar with it.
The bad guy is called the Beast, so
Oh, okay.
I was thinking more like the village.
Or over the garden wall. I mean, like, so many things have the beast.
The door sound effects. Did not
Yeah.
expect this.
I didn't either.
Aren't they fun,
So-
Nick?
Yeah, it's nice, I guess. So
I like 'em.
you all will be just in here. We've got 2 beds in there that you're welcome to. I'll get out of your hair, but yeah. You want to talk about the beast?
Yes, very much so.
Well, for as long as us mouse folk have been here in Thorn Hollow, there's been the beast. We don't know what it is, where it comes from, or what it wants, but we did find that if we didn't want it to spoil our crops before the harvest in the fall, that it seemed to respond well when we burned rosewood. And so we spend a week every summer, and you're in the thick of it right now. Each night we build an effigy and we burn it, and we go to bed, fingers crossed, praying that when we wake, our crops won't be spoiled. And we got pretty good track record with it. If we build the effigy well, and it's made of rosewood, and we burn it all the way down, and it's good. We just really gotta be careful, because we're farmers. It's our livelihood.
So the beast just attacks your crops. It doesn't hurt any of your people.
Not that I have ever heard of, but I don't know. I mean, people tell their stories that to the young ones, that if you don't do your chores, then the beast is gonna get you, or you bring the beast upon us all. So, if I'm telling the truth, I don't know if the beast is real. I've never seen it. Never even seen a sign of it. But we have our tradition. We burn the rosewood, and we have a good harvest. So maybe there's no harm in it. Anywho, that's the beast. Any other questions, or?
No, thank you.
No.
Thank you for telling us.
Do you,
and the rooms. Appreciate it.
do you know why rosewood works?
I couldn't tell you. It's just we've got an abundance of it over in the forest. It's just a mile or so to the north here, off the road. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems to be effective. Why? Do you have any theories?
Nope.
Not in the slightest.
Well, shucks.
When's
Thank
the-
you.
When's the last time you had a spoiled crop?
I mean, of a major variety?
Yeah.
Not
that
in
you've-
my lifetime.
Ah,
Now I'm not so old, but my sister Toast is she's a little bit older.
Did you just say toast?
Yep, Toast and Nugget. That's us.
We
We're not-
we
not-
heard.
Yeah.
Biological siblings, but we've been together for all of our lives.
When did you last see Toast?
Oh, she went off adventuring. She's always had that spark in her. She's a bit of a gourmand, and she likes to find rare ingredients. And
Really? And Nash gets up really close and is like really focused on him now that you said that.
it's been about a 10-day or so.
We countered a stranger passing by and they mentioned toast, and I wasn't sure what they were referencing, if they were referencing the bread itself or a person, but now that you've told us that toast is a person, I would
Was
be
this,
delighted to meet them.
Was this a big statue fella like your friend there?
Made of stone, little hollow inside, maybe.
Yeah, like big and strong though, right?
Compared
How
to
tall are these mice people?
comparatively, yes, I would say that is accurate. Just rocks tumbling inside the head as well.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because Toast, that's like some folks were passing through here. They stayed with us for a little bit. Said they had some work that they were doing in the area, and we always try to be accommodating. And
What?
yeah, I don't know, Toast decided that she was gonna just venture off with them.
What kind of folks?
Well, big effigians like yourself.
Were there
3 of them.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Cat, that sounds familiar, right?
Oh, I still have the tablets with them on them, right?
Yeah.
Did they look like this?
Yeah. Oh, are they wanted? Were they criminals?
No. They're good friends of mine.
Oof. Well, good.
No,
That's
they're-
good. You had me worried that something happened to Toast.
Well, we
I'm
wouldn't
gonna-
want to worry you, as you've given us some accommodation to sleep for the night. We definitely wouldn't want to worry you. And Nosh is kind of side-eyeing the others like, don't.
I'm gonna make an illusion of a picture of Hegnog and ask, was this one with them?
Never seen that particular effigian. Something about him don't particularly like, though, if I'm being honest.
I think
Yeah,
you've
I
got a
think you
good
get
judge of
that a
character.
lot.
And I try to be accommodating, and I don't know why I said that. That was rude of me. I'm sure he's a fine fellow.
Mhm.
Nope. Trust your instincts, my friend.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
worry
Well,
about
we wouldn't want to keep you up too late. Thank you for a place to stay.
Of course. I'll get out of your hair. Here's a key in case you need it. You can lock the front door after I'm out.
Thank you. Good
Very
night.
Sweet.
Nugget heads out.
Toast is definitely dead, isn't she?
Toast is toast.
Cat, don't say that. Don't say that. I just found out that Toast likes to cook as well. You know how few people I found that like to cook? Don't. We're gonna
Well,
find this
she
Toast.
wandered off to adventure with my 3 dead friends, so I have a feeling.
That's fair. And the fact that she ran into the rock-headed idiot, there's that as well. So it's just, bad luck after bad luck on that front. There's not much that we can be done. So
But that does give a good timeline of they were all 3 here together within a 10
and
day.
you've been looking for what's happened, right? How they came to be what they no longer with
you
us.
could say it. They're dead. It's not. profane word.
They have returned to rubble.
That's kind
Anyways.
of offensive.
I wasn't trying to be offensive. I was just thinking out loud. I'm gonna go curl up. I suppose, and take a little nap to pass the night away.
Or we could go look at this rosewood grove.
Yeah,
north of here.
we're still fully rested, I presume.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's only been
really...
at this point like a couple of hours now since you.
Yeah.
There is a stove in here with like a very small pantry.
Yeah, but everybody wants to go look at the wood.
You can stay here and play with
I'm
your
down to watch you
pots and
cook.
pans.
You're gonna watch me perform, Harlow? Make
Yeah.
something real nice for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a little walk around the town. Catriona, you want to go
Let's
scope it
go
out?
find this grove that they feed the beast with.
Let's split party.
Yeah,
Always.
let's split up, guys. It's
In
best
the
way
wrong
to do
pairing
it.
too. It's great.
Oh yeah, even
Yeah,
better.
maybe.
Let's go exploring. Quinn, why not?
Okay, so Quinn and Catriona heading out. We'll join up with you two in a moment. Let's here in the in the house. Nosh, Carlo, you're doing some cooking. Is this a class? Is Carlo learning?
No, I'm just, like when you sit in the kitchen while your spouse is cooking.
Yeah.
Harlow's
okay.
sitting on the counter with her feet kicking while in the way.
Okay.
And Nosh keeps
Uh,
passing over like little bits of stuff because Harlow's like doesn't know about flavor, and so like Nosh is
just
like, "I'll try
smelling
this
them.
flavor."
So
I'm just
Nosh, like I said, the pantry not particularly well stocked. There's a few staple ingredients, but there's one thing in this little kitchen setup over here that catches your eye. It's hanging from a hook on the wall. It's a nice vibrant green sash with a golden fastening, and it is like studded with jars of spice. It looks like a bandolier made of spices.
Ooh. Can I take it down and take a closer look at it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if this is toast. I wonder if Toast made this. I'm just gonna start put a pause on what I was putting together and really examine this bandolier.
And as you take a look, there are quite a few empty vials of spices in here. You see that they're labeled, and there are only 3 that seem to have any spice in them.
Do I recognize the 3 spices that are filled in?
You do recognize the spices, and they are... Let me double check my notes so I don't tell you something wrong. You see that there is orange zest, just like powdered orange zest, paprika,
yes,
and clove.
That's a strong spice right there. And with how many in total were on the sash?
There's it looks like 15.
15. Having seen it, there's 2. I'm gonna grab 2 random ones and see if I can discern, looking at their labels, see what they are, and then if it's something I've never seen before, try and discern.
Yeah, I mean the
what's in
labels look familiar.
Mhm.
You none of them are like, oh, what could that possibly be?
Yeah.
There's ginger powder, there's paprika, spearmint, and I seem to have lost my list and my notes of the other spices, but
No, it's okay. I was
one
gonna
that
say,
does
it's just
catch your
mint.
eye as being strange is hemlock.
Why would they have hemlock of all things? I mean, I know what it can be used for, but it's very I have an herbalism kit, and I'm able to
Mhm.
identify most plants. Can I kind of recall and share with Harlow like what hemlock is and the
Yeah, I mean, you would. Yeah, I mean, I guess roll a medicine check with advantage since it's cooking related.
Isn't it like white hemlock is fine, but the yellow is poisonous or something?
yeah. There's some.
And so you
hemlock
can't
that's
remember
hemlock.
if there is like a hemlock that's like fine to eat, but you know that there's definitely like a pretty common poison.
Yeah. Every part of it is poisonous. It can be very fatal to ingest. But, I mean,
Are you sniffing jars?
what?
I see Nosh just
What?
sitting over there with like jars. What are you doing?
These are different spices. Well, there's only 3 that are actually still have spices in it, but this bandolier has 15 different jars that could hold a variety of spices, which is really valuable and really good to have when you're a traveling chef or just a chef in general, because you have access to key ingredients and flavors for your dishes when you're cooking. So it's just really interesting to see. I wonder if it's toast. I might have to ask our host tomorrow if toast. I don't want to rhyme.
Too bad.
Moss can do it. You can too.
I'll have to ask our host if toast owns this stash tomorrow. But yes, this is, and I'm going to share with Harlow. Smell this. This is orange zest, and then this is
Okay.
paprika, and then this is cloves.
Okay.
And the cloves probably make Harlow sneeze because cloves are really strong. Unless maybe the orange zest makes you sneeze. One of them.
And
might.
I did misspeak. There are actually 19 spices there.
Oh
I found my list.
God! Really?
That's
That's
the problem
a
with
lot,
writing
Nick.
things on my phone in in notes that I lose.
Yeah.
I'm like, which note was that in?
But that's a lot of spices for a sash like that. Or just like a. You said it was a bandolier, right?
Yeah, so it goes front and back.
That's why. It's still that's crazy. Do you go front and back, Harlow?
What does that mean? Nosh?
I actually don't know. I just wanted to ask.
Nosh gets to explain things to Harlow now. It's only us two in the room.
Yeah, please give me the birds and the bees.
You got it. We've already talked about stuff like this before. So, me and Ra are going to start talking to Harlow about the birds and the bees in more detail as we prepare something for Harlow to try and for me to eat.
Okay, awesome. So back out in the village, Quinn and Kat and Moss, what are you doing?
So are we headed toward that grove, or are we just checking out the town?
Yes. I want to kind of head to the grove, but Quinn, again, you're good at plants. Is there like a bug or something that is allergic to rosewood that would make sense to be eating their plants?
Good question. So can I do a nature check?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
We're heading towards the grove as this is happening.
I'm gonna guide myself as well here. I probably don't even need to. No, there you go. 25.
I mean, you know that there are magical properties, or at least quasi-magical properties of various plants and flowers, and you don't remember anything particular about like a blight that rose staves off, but it's not like that outlandish of an idea. And so you make your way in the direction that you were instructed. It goes past the that still smoldering heap of ash, and you can see the farm space stretching out for, you know, a few dozen acres ahead of you, and in the distance you see the tree line starts to get a bit thicker. And as you proceed, you're not seeing like rose bushes immediately. Go ahead and roll some perception checks.
Are they like really low down to the ground where mice would see?
Yeah, Catriona, you're pretty confident. You're 20 yards in, 50 yards in, 100 yards. You're not seeing any roses.
Is there evidence of like they cleared them all out to make the effigies? Are they like cut stems sort of thing?
Ooh, and so as you're like kind of like scouring the area for, were there roses that were just cut
Chopped.
away? It doesn't look like it, or if so, maybe it was so long ago. They did say that they've been doing this for as long as anybody can remember, so maybe they have to go deeper into the wood.
Do roses?
How far do you want to go?
We're like what you said, like 20 yards in. Can we still see the edge of the wood?
Yeah.
Okay, I would comfortably go up until we like the edge of where we can see the wood.
Okay.
Like the clearing.
And as you're moving, like you see, there's a very clear trail that has been like trod well in the woods here. But yeah, you're still seeing no sign of roses.
Just go and like sniff a random tree to see if it smells like rosewood.
You sniff a random tree and it smells like cedar.
Where do you think they got it from?
I don't know. I'm not seeing any roses around here at all. I'll send Moss up to do a quick circle around, see if she spots any rose bushes.
And Moss would come back a short while later. Say, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there might be an old dead bush just up ahead, but it looks like it's well dead.
I bet it's alive.
And
I bet it's going to attack us.
you're able to get to where Moss was indicating, another 30 yards in the wood, and it
Can
does
I
look
make,
like it. Sorry, go
like
ahead.
path marks to make sure we can find our way back.
Yeah. And when you make your way to what she was indicating, roll some nature checks.
This is very pointless.
Yeah, Quinn, it's definitely a very old, like almost like petrified remnants of a rose bush that looks like it was uprooted and just kind of neglected. Like they probably had meant to harvest it, but fallen off someone's out of their pack, and out of sight, out of mind. Who knows how long it's been here, just withered.
So it may have been dropped here, like on their way back from harvesting rose bushes?
Yeah, seems like that would make sense.
How large of a bush are we talking?
What Quinn has, or you all have in front of you, not particularly large. These are mouse folk after all, so they're not able to carry giant loads.
Are there wagon tracks or anything around in the area?
There are not wagon tracks.
But this is still not like this didn't grow here. It's still not
No.
at where rosewood exists yet. How much farther do you think it is?
I don't know, but do we want to continue out on our own?
Okay, like logically, I know that's up bad idea, but I do really kind of want to.
Okay. You're the big strong one.
All right.
As we're walking, I'm sorry about your friend back in the Aetherdeep also, Quinn.
That was quite shocking. This was someone who I knew for a long time, but I mean, he was there with one of your friends, so I'm sorry for your loss as well.
There's always a chance working on missions for the Demarchy that we're not going to come back. That's saddening, but it's not terribly surprising. But I don't know why he'd be there, why Ewing was there, or why any of them were, honestly.
So, unfortunately for Quinradalim, he suffered what we would call an unrooted death. Normally, when a Teoran dies, we get put back in the soil, but there wasn't anything left of him to be able to do that, and he died on stone. So we will, at some point, hold a ceremony that will honor his spirit and when he was alive, but unfortunately, we can't replant him.
Is that a thing you can do normally? If someone dies, you can plant them again and they come back?
Well, they don't come back, but we like to think that their spirit would actually be part of whatever else actually grows in that soil.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a very nice thought. Can we just pile them all in a big room?
You build a wall with them. Yeah.
No, we just have a big room that we put them in.
Is there ever any Ephigeans that can be reawakened?
Not that I've heard of. We're still working on the first awakening part. It's not really something we control, honestly.
I was thinking when we saw that mountain come by, was that like an Ephigean? Was the mountain awakened like a very large Ephigean?
That would kind of imply that, like, it was a statue, which, I mean, there have been very large Ephigeans in the past, but it's kind of hard to function with that much size. They don't usually last that long, let alone walk around. So I don't know. I guess if someone sculpted a mountain, it could have woken up.
Well, somebody tickled it, so maybe.
Sure someone did. How far into this forest have we gone?
How far do you want to have gone?
Right, just pretty much until you say roll for initiative.
Yeah, we're going until we
so-
either find Rosewood or it's like, oh, it's morning, we should turn around.
You're like a good half a mile or so from when you've entered, just having this conversation, and still no sign of Rosewood. But roll some perception checks for me. You do hear a faint Catriona. Wheat.
Squeak?
Yeah, like a faint squeak. And it seems to be coming off from the right, away from the path.
Does it sound like something that would come from a mouse?
It does sound like something that would come from a mouse.
God damn it.
Should I send Moss to go get our friends?
Maybe that could be toast.
Why don't we cautiously
Maybe let Moss go tell them that something's up.
All right, so I'm going to send Moss and say we've explored the woods, and we would hope that they can come join us because We may have found something.
Okay. Moss bolts back to base camp. Back at base camp, we'll join up with you two in a second, but let's take another break.
Sounds
All
like a
right.
plan.
Back in a minute.
All right. we are back. So back in the comfort of this house in Thorn Hollow, Nosh, doing your best to do some cooking here. Harlow watching attentively, smelling. Harlow, give me a perception check as you are here in this space, not focused on a task so much as Nosh is. Okay, Harlow, there is what at first looks like a blanket that is you can see in the bedroom on a coat rack, just like a hook on the wall over here. But as you look, you see there's a hood on it, but it looks like it's just way too big for one of these mouse folk.
All right, I'll take a closer look. Is it like made of mouse folk skins?
It is absolutely not made of mouse folk skin.
Damn it!
That went in a
so
direction I just did not expect. Well done.
No, I already did skin suits.
You already did flesh blankets. We've been there, done that.
Yeah, come on.
They make handy
Okay,
armor.
Harlow's having some PTSD. She's just like, is that skin?
It
No.
looks as like from as you get up close to it, it kind of has the same sort of coloration as Catriona.
Oh. If I touch it, is it like kind of like how like her clothes are?
Yeah, it is, and it like doesn't move as much as like other cloth would, and it's exceptionally heavy.
Are there any pockets on it?
There are pockets.
What's in the pockets?
In the pockets, you find two things. You find a medallion, a pin, some sort of brooch, maybe. And the second thing is a flat stone about the size of your palm.
Oh. Wonder if it's a snack. Pocket snack. Go back out to the kitchen.
Pocket bagel.
Nosh. I think one of Kat's friends was here.
Why do you think that? What'd you find?
There's a cloak in there.
It's
like a Effigian cloak, right?
Right.
And the shit was in the pockets. And the brooch, if I remember correctly, previously, I think Kat was asking people if they were wearing a medallion or like a insignia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to hold on to that and make sure we share that with Kat. Kat needs to know for sure. It's very strange. Maybe they stayed here? That doesn't make... I mean, maybe they allowed them to sleep here for the night. But why would they leave something like that behind? It doesn't really make any sense for them to have left something. Especially if the way Kat emphasized its value. It would be odd, I feel like, for them to have left a cloak as well as such items behind. That doesn't really... I don't get a good, happy feeling about that.
Okay.
How long have Kat and Quinn been gone?
Long enough to get into trouble.
And almost as if on like clockwork, there's a little pawing at the window, and you see Moss is there, and she says, "Come, we must off into the night because Quinn and Kat want to fight."
But I just want to sleep.
Just like clockwork.
Sleep all day, sleep all night.
Yeah, sleep. All right. That doesn't surprise me. I guess we'll head out and see where they are. You ready to go, Harlow?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Hopefully they don't get into a fight right away.
What if they're in a fight and we just leave?
Where would you want to... You wouldn't really want to do that, though, do you?
Isn't this the area where dragons are?
No, I think that's a little further south from where we currently are.
Could we go there?
Definitely. I'd be happy to go there. But
Okay.
Do you really want to abandon Cat?
Bookmark that. Bookmark
Okay.
that, okay?
I got it. I got it. Mental note.
Just you, me.
Yeah. Understood. All right, let's go figure out what these two. Moss, which direction are they in?
And Moss begins guiding you where she left them. Back in the woods, Quinn, Catriona, what are y'all doing?
Cautiously making our way towards the mouse sound.
Okay. And moving cautiously, it doesn't take you long to find, slumped up at the base of a tree, about 20 yards from where you first heard the sound, is a small mouse folk. This picture doesn't do it justice because they're not looking quite so jovial. I guess the fear in the eyes is good, but they are like slumped on the ground, just kind of clutching at their abdomen, and just.
Sorry, are you toast?
No, I almost. I barely made it. Do you have medicine? Can you help?
What? No, I don't.
I can hand him a good berry.
What happened? And I'm like looking around for some sign of an attacker.
Yeah, go ahead and roll some perception checks here.
Cat's like 10 feet away from this little mouse, like not wanting to get trapped by whatever it's doing.
So you notice, Quinn, that she has like a little hand axe at her side. It is like currently sheathed, but she has a large gash in her midsection as well as on her left arm, several gash marks, and they look quite serious, quite life-threatening.
What happened to you?
I don't know. We were attacked by like the woods. It's crazy, but do you please have medicine? This berry is just not gonna cut it.
I'm afraid I don't have
Very much
anything.
do not.
I don't know what happened to Chip and to Reg. I don't even know how I escaped, but I did.
We have some friends coming that might be able to help. What did this?
I don't know. It was dark. We were coming back from wood cutting, and
Can I like
squeak.
medicine check to try to stabilize her?
Sure.
Is that a thing? Stop bleeding, please.
She is still bleeding. But as you are kind of like examining the wounds, yeah, like these slashes on her, seems like there's something in them, like some sort of residue, maybe.
Can I take a sample of it, basically?
Yeah, and she, ow! What are you doing? That doesn't feel like you're helping.
No, you've got to clean it. You see, it's gonna get worse if you don't clean it out.
Okay, count me down.
Oh no, I'm not. Cat has not stopped.
I'm
Bedside manners.
getting really lightheaded.
How do you?
I'm
turn
gonna go
a
to sleep
mouse?
now.
Can I like wrap her in like? Do you have like a cloak, like a whole body tourniquet? Like, is that? She's so
You're gonna
small.
do a whole body tourniquet? How do you tourniquet?
Just squeeze and hope for
She's
the
a
best.
mouse. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, okay, so go ahead and roll.
Apply pressure to the wound.
Yeah, roll another medicine check here to see how
How
this goes.
far away are Harlow
Super
and Nosh?
It's gonna be at disadvantage because you're not super knowledgeable of blood.
Oh,
And,
but that
and
was so
bleeding
good.
body.
I mean, like some sort of field, like combat medicine, surely.
Yeah, but like you're dressing an Ephigean's
That's
wounds, which
fair.
are much different.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just carry
blood.
some like plaster of Paris
Oh
around
god,
with you,
Cat's
Some
like
mortar.
trying to fit, but like fully arms,
shoving
like,
gravel
not-
inside the abdomen
No,
of this mouse.
just not wanting to like actually touch this mouse that is bleeding everywhere. That's why it's
Very,
so
very
bad.
snug. I can't breathe.
That was- Oh, I forgot you have to breathe. Okay, hang on.
And she has lost consciousness.
That might
As
be
you all
fine.
are, trying to figure out what to do here, Harlow and Nosh, with familiars in tow, would arrive.
I promise I didn't do this. We found her.
Didn't do what exactly is going on here?
Cat is still attempting to fix the dressing on this mouse.
Uh,
Oh no.
okay. This isn't
Do
gonna be
you
good.
want it or do you want me to?
I've just got an orange cake. I don't think she can really eat it. I mean, I can feed it to her, but I don't know it's got much. Do you have a little health and I can get her a cake? I think that might be the better
In
way to do
fairness,
it.
she said that the woods attacked her, and there were 2 others that did not make it this far away. I don't know. So there might be more injured mice that way.
Okay, well, can we...
I'm gonna cast a.
Do you have anything set up? Ready
Do
to
you
go?
want her awake or no? It doesn't matter.
I just not dying, I feel like, is
Yeah. All right, well, that's fair.
Okay. She's not dead, so she is passed out. So I guess technically 0 hit points. She is stable.
That works. What did you say, Katriana, that the woods attacked her?
she was a little bit, close to loss of blood. So
By woods, do you mean Quinn?
Yeah.
I did not attack her.
it was not. He was with me the whole time, I promise. But it could have been somebody like Quinn, or it could be whatever this beast with the rose thing is.
What was she doing here in the woods, did she say?
Cutting rosewood for the effigies.
Okay.
I
Did she
don't-
point you in the direction? Is that what you guys are looking for?
Well, yeah, we just, it seems kind of weird. We thought we'd try to find the wood, but, we've gotten this far and there's none, which is even stranger.
Yeah.
What if we
Do you-
take her back to town and then come back, maybe?
That would
That-
be the kinder option.
We could do that.
She did say that there were 2 other companions with her, and
That's-
she doesn't know where they went.
Oh, no.
So it could be a time crunch to get them.
Well,
There's not things out here that eat mice people, are there?
we...
Like, if we leave her, is there going to be...
I mean,
She's not terribly large. Could you carry her in a bag or something?
that's...
I could just... Yeah, okay.
All right. There we go.
I guess we'll just bring her with us.
All right.
I don't know. I guess I shouldn't leave her in a tree if she just got attacked by wood. That's probably mean.
Just put her in a little bindle in a tree
Get into the
For the leopards.
for the leopards.
other leopards around here.
Good question.
That's what I mean,
okay.
is the things that'll eat mice people.
You have her bundled.
Right. Come on.
Okay, where she didn't point in a direction. She was just, clinging to her side here. But a quick survey of the area, you do see that she has leaked a lot of blood onto the space around her, and there is some blood trailing in the distance.
Some whittle twacks.
Some whittle twacks.
Some whittle mouse twacks.
I was
that
going to
we
say,
can
is
follow.
there mouse tracks with blood or broken
Yeah,
twigs and
let's
leaves
follow
with
the
blood?
blood trail back
The
to
little
where
blood
she
trail
was
back
at.
to where
Nothing
she
bad
has-
ever happens when you follow blood trails.
No,
This
of
is
course
great.
not, guys.
I'm so ready for the horrible thing that's going to happen.
Of course
I'm
you are.
excited.
So somebody roll survival to follow these tracks.
Please.
Can I guide myself?
You don't need to.
Yes, I do.
No,
Always.
you don't.
Always, guys.
Okay, so Harlow, you like a bloodhound on the scent here, just looking for little mouse footprints. I mean, they were in shoes, but yeah, you see the the clear path that she was kind of shambling her way
Do
through
most Namasi wear shoes, or
No, we
do
don't.
most of them?
these little mice do.
The majority of us,
Fascinating.
from where I'm from, don't wear shoes.
Are they like little
Just
cowboy
saying.
boots because they're farmers?
We
Yeah.
wear like wrappings on our feet. We don't actually. wear boots.
Wait, is Nosh not wearing shoes?
No,
is that-
I wear like cloth wrappings around my feet.
Oh, I was
don't
gonna say
actually wear.
3 dogs.
Oh gosh.
It's for
Three
foxes.
Foxes. 'cause-
Tired.
It's easier than to like be able to run on all fours if you don't wear shoes.
Is the cloth not like worse than the shoe?
No, it's just like a.
Traction.
Think of it
wise?
like if you were to see someone like a monk to wrap their fist to fight. It's kind of the same thing, but for
Oh god,
my
it's
feet.
between your toes.
Yeah,
That's
I was
not-
just gonna
I don't
say
like
this.
that.
Cheese.
You
Now we
got,
know where
like-
we know
like
where Nosh
open-
gets their cheese.
Open toe socks. That's what you've got on.
godly.
Have you ever smelt dog feet? They smell like.
Like
no,
Fritos.
I don't. I would
Fritos.
not. No,
Oh,
no.
does Nosh smell like Fritos?
Chips and cheese. Chips
I,
and cheese,
I
baby.
smell like paprika and orange and cloves right now. Thank you very much.
I'm just
Appetizers on your
noticing the
feetsies.
bandolier, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
Mhm.
Oh shit, cat. Here.
What?
Oh, in the house, there was a cloak.
Okay.
It was like an Effigian cloak, like the cloak.
Oh.
And these were in the pockets.
Do I recognize?
And you
these
very
things?
clearly see, this is Ewing's like insignia on here, her mark of rank. The other stone, roll a history check.
Is it one of the ones that you talk into and it gives you a message? I
No,
don't
it's
know.
the one that you fart.
I
into.
have no idea.
Yeah,
want me to-
you've not seen this particular.
Catriona licks
Type
it
of
to
stone.
see if it tastes good.
Do you want me to take
Yeah,
a
is
look
it a
and see if I can
snack?
figure out what it is?
Is it a snack? Catriona licks it.
It's a rock.
Nosh asked
Does
Kat,
not taste like a snack.
Damn.
Hey,
Oh,
Kat,
well,
this insignia would they leave it behind? Would you leave yours behind? It seems very strange that Harlow found it inside. With the cloak left behind like that. I mean, would that be
That-
something normal?
that indicates kind of a pretty high level of comfort. Or
Well, how
like,
did
trust.
they get from here to?
That's a bigger question of like, because I don't think Ewing would leave the cloak there if it was only going to be, it was going to be out for like an hour or two, sure. But if they were going to be gone for like a couple days, no.
I
So
think the mice are bad guys or something.
Well, what do you think? Maybe Harlow, the beast that they're talking about, that they tried to assist with this beast thing that's injured the mouse on your shoulder, and maybe got caught up in something like that.
could
and
the
that's why it's
beast be
left
the
there?
shadow thing we saw down in the
the
Aetherdeep?
void thing that
Mm.
like, would that destroy crops? I mean, surely, yes.
Right?
Yes,
We're talking about the thing that was about to kill all of us, right? We had to
Uh-huh.
sit down. That
Yes.
thing. What about the
Yeah.
eyeballs? Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Could I take a look at that stone?
Yeah. It does not taste very good, but here.
How far have
I'll
we
take your
walked
word
now
for it.
as we've followed this
Yeah,
blood
we're
trail?
just- I like that we're following a blood trail into almost certain combat. And
Yeah,
this
so
is
there's-
Oh, we're talking about a
conversation.
stone. Lord have
Little
mercy.
bits here and there. You followed it at this point throughout this conversation for a few hundred yards, and you see in the distance, in a small clearing, there is a little state of disarray. There is like snapped branches, and looks like there was some sort of something that occurred. Do some perception checks or survival checks. Okay, we are perceiving here. Quinn, your attention may be divided with the stone here. You see that there's activity ahead, there was. Catriona, you see that there is the remnants of a wicker basket. Looks approximately like mouse size, but a pretty big wicker basket for a mouse. There are bits of woods that are mixed in that aren't wicker. Nosh, you see that there is clearly the signs of some sort of a struggle in this space, and Harlow, you see large 3-toed tracks, but the blood seems to start and stop here, and don't see any sign of other mice.
Like no mouse prints, just the big prints.
It looks you see some boot prints that are mixed in with it, but
nothing leaving.
Nothing except for the ones that you were following.
There's something hella big with 3 toes, and it probably either ate or carried the mice away.
Can I do a nature check and see if I can recognize the footprints?
Sure.
I'm gonna guide myself there.
Okay.
18. Oop, Moss got a 2.
Moss got a 2.
That was my guidance.
It looks like something monstrous. It could literally be a monstrosity. It's not particularly familiar, but by the size of it, it looks like the print is maybe 12 inches in diameter. So this thing is large, quite large.
Have we reached an area with rosewood naturally occurring yet?
You have not, but as you think of rosewood and as you're looking through the remnants of the basket, it looks like there was rosewood in there. There's just scraps and fragments of it left.
Nosh and Quinn, I guess you guys like nature. Is that something specifically that lives in rose bushes? Like a lizard or something?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. Nosh, does that sound familiar to you?
No, or I don't think it does. No.
Okay. Well, shall we follow the monster tracks? In the wood?
Should we?
Catriona's making all the good decisions tonight.
I feel like if it has them, they're probably not all live. I hate to say that out loud, but
That's
very
kind of
accurate
reasonable.
statement.
so maybe our priority should be the one that is still alive.
I just wanted to confirm: was there you said there were scraps of what looks like rosewood?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Just little bits that are broken off. I mean, you can infer that maybe there was more in this basket before, but
Would it be enough to, if you were to put them together in, I don't know, a pot and light them on fire, that the smoke and everything, that's the reason why they were burning them, might help deter whatever this thing is?
you could certainly gather them and make yourself a little rosewood torch.
Like a bowl or torch or something, yeah. You can get
there's not a lot of it, but enough to do that.
Because the mice in the village seem to think that it's a deterrent, right? So if something doesn't want them to use it to light it on fire, they've taken it. Let's use what's a little bit left to go retrieve the rest of it. I know we need to protect this one here, and I do agree with you, Harlow, but just thought if we do want to continue forward.
Well, do we want to...
I'm going to send Moss to go... Oh, sorry. I'm going to send Moss to go follow the tracks. I want you to quietly go from tree to tree, stay out of sight, follow the tracks, and see if you can find what this monster is.
Okay. She flies off.
Kat sort of goes with Nosh's idea and takes the scraps of rosewood and puts them in a pile, like in the wicker basket, and then starts a little fire on them with the manipulate fire cantrip.
Okay.
Can Nosh offer like a bowl or a stainless steel so the wicker basket doesn't burn up?
It's fine.
Okay. Just
I mean,
spare basket.
sure, and I'll put the fire into the bowl. Put the bowl on top of the basket. Happy?
Yeah.
While they're doing that, can I do an Arcana check on the stone?
Yeah. See if you
Are we
recognize.
just sitting here and not going back?
Well, Moss is scouting ahead really quick to make sure there's not like an immediate danger,
Well,
Uh,
right?
what about one of us goes ahead
28.
and takes them to the village? I mean, it's not that far, right? How fast? I mean,
Yeah, we can definitely just like walk back and then come back down here.
yeah. Maybe that's what we should do, and
Yeah,
we'll leave
once-
the burning rosewood with them to protect them.
With the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quinn, you confidently know that this is a whisper stone, which you know is used to record a message, often a final message. But it's unpredictable as to when that message will play.
So I'm going to hand it back over to Catriona, let her know that this appears to be a whisper stone from your friend. Sometimes if you hold it up to your ear, they'll play, you can hear the message, but you never know when.
That could be very important. Thank you. Great. And Paula, thanks for finding that. Kat sort of just starts carrying it, like she keeps seeing her hand creep up by her ear, trying to listen to the stone.
Hoping to hear something.
Yep. Every like
Real
30
subtle about it. Yeah. So
zero subtlety.
what's are you bringing the mouse back? I know you sent Moss to go follow the tracks.
Or it's
Yeah.
probably a smart idea to take the mouse back and then come back.
What if the other two mice are alive?
I kind of agree with Harlow.
I have an
It's a
idea.
Low
I-
chance.
I have an idea. I'll how heavy is this mouse? Like, would Nosh be able to carry the mouse?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. If I consume my chicken breast, I can fly.
Ooh.
And you're gonna fly her back and then fly back to us?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Does that sound like an okay plan?
Flying fox. I love it.
Okay.
So I hate to be that guy, but you
I
don't
think
get the
that's right.
flying speed until 5th level.
Oh, okay. So then it's just dashing right now.
So you
Right,
just
yeah.
run really fast back.
That can have an extra dash ability. Yeah, I can do
Fleet
that.
Fox over here.
You're still gonna be the fastest one.
Okay.
Thank you, Snash. for the-
Nope. Just ignoring it, Nick.
Okay, so are you eating your chicken breast then to do
Yeah.
that?
Sorry, I think I did the wrong one. That's the one I needed to use.
Okay. You eat your chicken breast. You feel the lightning in your foot wrappings, and you are able to dash way faster than you've ever moved at a consistent pace, Nosh. And after just a few minutes, you are back at Thorn Hollow with
I'm gonna
this.
have left Raw
unconscious
with
bleeding mouth.
Harlow if Harlow
Mouse.
would accept Raw on Harlow's shoulder.
Hell yeah.
So Raw's hanging out with Harlow on their shoulder.
And Ra is, you would feel like every so often this little fiery hand move toward your face mask. Just
You mean my
like,
helmet?
your helmet. Yeah.
My helmet is over the face. I'm like in so many layers of
Yeah.
like insecurity. You have no
you s-
idea.
You see this? Yeah. This.
Shield.
There's just little flame fingers trying to find how many teeth you have, but trying to be real subtle about it.
Which is not subtle at all for Ra. It's like no subtlety.
Are you cold, Harlow? I can keep you warm.
Yeah. Where at? In my helmet?
Yeah, you lose most of your heat through your face, so
Yeah. I feel like though I'm always cold to the touch, Ra.
oh well then I should just probably camp out in there.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. And he squeezes through the visor opening.
1, 2.
You just see like glowing flame behind the visor.
Yeah.
That becomes instantly worse, like more terrifying.
Yeah, even more terrifying with this glowing.
He hits like a sensitive spot, and I just start slamming my head around because I can't see shit.
Oh gosh.
It's like when your cat gets its head stuck in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nosh, really
Nosh,
high.
you are back at Thorn Hollow. What do you do?
I'm gonna take this mouse to Carl's house because
Okay.
I know Carl is probably there, and I'm gonna bang on the door and
The mouse in the
yell,
house.
Carl!
Oh, yep, coming.
Carl!
And you see him approach the door and opens it up. What's the matter? Is
This
everything
mouse
okay?
is injured. They
Oh,
were out in the woods. I think
Pippa!
they were.
Oh, Pippa, no.
Do you have a place I can lay her down?
Yeah, of course. Bring her in. And guides you back to bedroom that looks like he just vacated.
Listen, I don't know exactly what happened. They're stable right now, but they were scratched up pretty bad out in the woods. I'm assuming they were out there chopping wood, but I need to get back to the others. We're going to find. They mentioned apparently a few other mice.
Yeah, Reg, Chip.
Okay, so Reg and Chip are the ones that were with Pepper. Well, we're going to be going looking for them, so I'm going to dash back out into the woods, but let the others know that something's stirring out there and to be careful.
Is it the beast?
I do not know. I do not know what the beast looks like or if it is, but something is attacking, and so we're going to see if we can't figure it out and get down to it. Or at least drive it away for now.
Okay, good luck. Please bring them home.
We'll do our best. Lock the doors. And Nosh just dashes out the door. Is probably on all fours, just running through the woods at an incredibly fast pace.
Love it. Swift boy. And another few minutes and you make it back to the others. Moss has returned at around the same time as Nosh and says, up ahead, there is a cave. It looks like it might be a bit grave, so I did not enter. I hope you can forgive me.
So we're going in the monster den, right? That's...
I mean, yeah.
Feel like
I let Carl know,
need
by the
to-
way.
Okay.
That was Pepper. And crap. Who was it?
Who's
Who were the
missing?
other two, Nick? Shoot.
Reg and Chip.
So Pepper was the one I just dropped off with Carl. He said Reg and Chip are the other two that are out here.
She did mention 2 friends. But...
Yeah, so we're looking for a Reg and a Chip. And
So look for a mouse that looks like Reg. Look for a mouse that looks like Chip. Anything
Exactly,
else,
Harlow.
leave them.
exactly, Carlo,
perfect.
exactly.
I think we should be a bit prepared that way we're looking for the remnants of Reg and Chip. But
I mean, that's understandable.
So maybe we
but
should
still.
just
ready?
yeah, let's go in the monster den.
Right.
Let's do it.
Can I keep a lookout for any rosewood as we're going?
Certainly.
I have a question real quick.
I have an answer real quick.
Skin changing polymorph potion,
Mm-hmm.
ever vial, would it work on raw or moss? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, why not?
Just wanted to think about that. All right, go ahead.
Now, if they do drink it, it's
Mhm.
going to not be as effective because
So
the
it wouldn't
spell-
last like 10 minutes.
it still will last 10 minutes. It's just what they can transform into is going to be of a lower CR.
That's what I thought. It would not be the same as the giant snake I transformed into down in the Aetherdeep, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're going to be limited to the equivalent CR that
Of
they are,
their
or
own
lower.
size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas
Cool.
you all are CR4 or
Mhm.
lower.
Got it.
All right. I do want to like dim the little fire I'm carrying to be as dim as possible to try and not draw attention too harsh.
Okay. All right. You I mean, it would have by this point largely burned down. But you do have some like smoldering ashes, and following Moss's directions, you see in the distance a clear cave opening.
This
Am I
doesn't look
echoing?
ominous and say something again.
Hello.
You're good.
Okay. I think I was
Um,
maybe hearing myself on like through someone else's for like just like a little whisper.
Like a split second.
Yeah.
Well, this doesn't look ominous and disastrous at all, right? It's perfectly safe. Perfectly happy little cave.
That's right. That's
Can
what I
Ra
said. We're
light it
going
up
into the
for us?
monster den.
Yeah, Ra can light it up. So if you want, Ra will illuminate. Can you turn on Ra's illumination?
He is illuminated. It's not very bright on this map, but
Should,
Oh wait, hold on. When he goes, you can see it.
yeah, there we go. Once he
There
moves
it
a
goes.
little bit away from you.
should we try to like lure out whatever's inside rather than following it in?
I mean, whatever you guys think is best. I don't know. With the smoldering ashes of the rosewood, it's a possibility we push it further in if we keep that with us. You know, what we could do is we could leave it at the entrance as like a deterrent to keep it in the cave.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Do we want to try and fight it in its, its home, or do we want to pull it out here where there's more space?
Space is appreciative. We don't know what the cave system's like, but how would you suggest calling it or trying to get it to come out?
We don't even know if it's just one.
That's a good point.
It could
There
be 2
could be
or
a whole family
10,000.
in here, right?
Well, we're not going to learn anything just sitting around here, so onward.
Maybe we were the beast the whole time.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's go into the monster cave. Why not? Last
Great
time we
idea.
went underground, nothing bad happened.
No, last time we walked into a random creepy shack, we didn't encounter some creepy skin thingies and fight a weird
What?
creepy lady who called herself Mama. Nah, nothing like
She
that
was your
happened.
mama. She's
Bullshit.
everyone's mama.
I know who my mother is. That was not my mother. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's right, you do.
Mm-hmm. My mommy still lives.
I don't have a mother, thank you.
Would you like one? Because my grandmother might have
No.
died
Think
if
of-
you go visit.
Do you think of your sculptor as your parent or your creator?
Probably not. They're very, very far removed from when we awoke, so probably not.
Let's roll some perception checks, please. As you slowly approach the mouth of this cave. Okay, with a 13, Harlow, you see these tracks are very clearly leading into this cave. You found the creature that you were looking for. Harlow, or not Harlow, Catriona, you would see that from within the cave, it seems like there's some faintly glowing phosphorescence or some sort of light. It kind of reminds you of the Aetherdeep a little bit. Quinn, you would spot that as well as there are strewn in front of the entrance to this cave some fragments of rosewood.
Could you really just ping the entrance of the cave on the map for me?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So you said there was pieces of rosewood dropped?
The Quinn sees. Yeah, just like little bits here and there.
Do we really have to go back underground, guys?
No, I mean, you could make a big noise at the entrance and see what comes out.
Try to lure it out?
Catriona just whistles down the cave entrance.
So I'm gonna cast an illusion of an in-house in front of the cave entrance, squealing.
Okay. A squealing
Oh,
mouse.
boy.
All right. I like it. Go ahead and
Loudly
roll.
at a scream level.
Can I get up on this little wall next to it so that I'm like a little bit above them?
Good idea.
Smart.
You can
I
jump
want to hop up here.
here.
I want to lay down like a sniper.
Yeah.
High ground.
Okay.
High ground.
I
And then
like
get
it.
raw
Did you
to
want me to
like
roll there?
go up. To the
I was.
top.
In fact, you don't even need to roll anything. You all, as you are, tucked in here, you wait for a little bit of time to pass, and anticipating something emerging, the beast to go finish off this wailing mouse. It's ongoing, right, Quinn?
It's ongoing, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
it's just
really doing a dramatic job of it.
Piteous, just wailing. But that doesn't seem to be luring
Woe is
anything
me,
from
I'm
this.
super delicious.
Doesn't seem to be luring anything from this cave.
All right.
So you said there's some rosewood fragments around the area?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send Moss to go and sort of collect up as many, push as many as she can into a pile out in front of the cave entrance.
All right. Making a little pile.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to use
not
Mage
much,
Hand
but
to do the same. Yeah.
Certainly. You have a small little mound, the size of a snowball or softball that she's gathered at the front of this cave. Have Moss make have her make a perception check since she is drawn closest to the entrance here.
All right. I got to get to Moss. Hang on one second.
Moss would see the tracks suddenly, kind of at the mouth of the cave, are much, much smaller. Like about an eighth of the size of the ones outside. Same shape, still heading like in and out of the cave, but significantly smaller.
I mean, does it look as though the large tracks became smaller tracks, or these are in addition to the large tracks?
There's no large tracks inside that she can see.
Okay, what do we know that shrinks?
Me, if it's raining.
Anything that can change its shape. So, like, what if it's a mouse being a giant bird or something?
killing all the other mice and then turning back into a mouse and hiding.
I guess there's one way to find out.
Let's go in the cave, guys.
I hate caves.
All right.
This is what you wanted to do, and you guys are like, I don't know. I don't want
Well-
to go first.
Because it's on the ground and I don't like it. But all right, let's go.
Oh gosh.
Let's start walking in.
Into the cave.
All right. I'll have to switch the scene here in a sec. Quinn, are you joining?
Yeah, I'm taking up the rear.
I am.
You're taking
You
it up the
wanted to
rear?
go.
All right, everybody. So you, it doesn't seem like it's a particularly large cave. Just inside, you see some of this. There's like some fungal growth, and it seems like if there's a gas maybe or something that seems to be just kind of glowing this greenish haze throughout this cavern.
Is it intentionally like a giant line?
That's just the edge of the map.
Okay.
So imagine it's a little less perfectly straight there.
Stark.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this is a rocky wall to the left. of
Yeah.
us. Okay. Uh-oh, cat. Shit. Thanks.
I'm going to have Moss do detect invisibility.
Okay. Moss is scanning, seeing no invisible creatures.
Can we try to follow the little tracks that Mosswing found?
Yeah, absolutely. Do I not have Moss set up with vision? I don't think I do. Make sure you can see the whole map. Let's change that.
All right, which way are the tracks going?
They are heading right down that path that Moss is at. Though,
Like
as
they turn.
Yep,
Map
Yep,
right.
where Harlow just pinged. Now, once inside here, and it's less of like loose dirt. It's you're losing like clear tracks, but you do see signs of like something having brushed up against the sides here, like little bits of mushroom that have been broken away, and so forth.
Hey, I think that the beast went this way, guys.
All right. Let's head that way then.
I really don't like this.
Yes, I do.
It's not exciting to be back in the caves, that's for sure.
Catriona, you see over here in this chunk of the cave is a very large pile of branches of rosewood, just in a tangled heap.
Does it kind of look like a nest?
It kind of looks like a nest, yeah.
Oh, goody. Something's gonna jump out. Something's gonna jump out. All right. Gonna go rummage through the pile with my warhammer.
You start stirring the edge of the pile, and something deep within the pile begins to move. What do you do?
So I'm gonna step back a little bit.
Man, you're on top of my face. You and Mosswing are totally on top of me.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Get it. And you see emerging, kind of tunneling out from the center of this space is this gray-skinned creature about the size of Nosh, maybe a bit smaller. It is kind of grotesque, and there's something sort of humanoid about it. It sniffs at the space, jumps down off the pile, and as it does, you see in an instant it begins to grow to the point where it nearly fills the entirety of this space.
Oh, good.
Let's roll some initiative.
I think that might be the beast. Just maybe.
Oh, you think? Yeah. I will never roll well on initiative.
Okay,
Why did Petal roll?
Oh, wow, Petal.
Why did Petal roll? Wait, why am I Petal all
I
of a
know,
sudden?
I know. Why? Hold on. Because when we played, I gotcha. That's weird.
That just switched out of nowhere. Okay,
Yeah,
there
Nosh
we
is
go.
still listed as Neil over
And
here.
I rolled even worse.
So I'm
I
going to
rolled
swap initiative with Moss.
Swap with Moss. Okay, so let's see. Moss has 22, which means Quinn has 22, and she will go after. Why is it not letting me? Oh, there we go.
Nick, is this a fight that could end quickly, or is this a good pause?
I think this would be a good stopping point. It could end quickly, but it might take a handful of rounds. So I think this is a good place for us to just call it for the night.
We get to start in combat.
In combat,
Yeah.
fight this beast.
Fight a beast.
What a beast.
All right.
All right. Well,
Cool.
everybody, thanks for playing. Viewer or viewers, I don't know, maybe we didn't win you back yet because we've had this inconsistent schedule, but I sure hope there was someone out there.
There was at least
Oh,
for
sweet.
a while.
You have
Just
for
to
a
have
while.
one tonight.
Oh,
We had
we got to build back better, right?
Yeah.
Good night,
Yeah.
stream.
Good
Awesome.
stream.
Thanks, everyone. It was great seeing everybody again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been too long. Did we switch?